Some of you clicking this video saying how this possible if Caine inside the organization from Black Hat, even that Caine is a completely character from a different show who runs his own sort of, let's say, power struggle of his own universe, that he is the remaster of multiple people he attempted to help, and also confirm that Caine doesn't really need help or he's not even insane, is the fact he just doesn't understand human because he is AI. How that works that Caine joined the organization, and how you know he actually did join the organization. Well, to be truthful, it's all about the hat. Some of you saying, why the hat? Very simple, because inside the Black Hat organization, what type of hat you wear is what type of member or ranking you have inside the organization. But at the same time, why the hat to be an organization, or where you get this type of information? Well, this information I got is straight for the Login book and Dimensions Diary book, who explains a little things here and there in the organization. One chapter focuses on the ranking in the Black Hat organization, and the reason why they use hats is because no one really noticed the hat, especially what kind of clothes you wear. If they have a hat that doesn't match your clothing, they thought you're just maybe eccentric weirdo, or you're a cosplayer, or you're going to a party. The theme is costume, so you get away with wearing a hat, but sometimes it's not really mandatory to wear a hat. It's sort of like if you want to wear it or not, but you need to wear it in special occasions like a meeting inside a Black Hat organization. That's before I get started. My name is Rachel. I like to talk about animation, not just talk about it, review, first impression, cartoon theories, and sometimes, if I have some spare time, cartoon breaking news. Of course, I really like if some of you do like, comment, describe if you like how this is actually going, because one of those things really help my channel. Just pick one, and all three really helps, because let's face it, I only have 800 some subscribers on this video, so it's gonna help if you do one of those things. Now, anything else I can't really say. Let's just start off the theory of how Caine is sort of in an organization of Black Hat. That's what I mean. That's so interesting how villainous is sort of built, because villainous is created in a way that Black Hat doesn't need reappear on your face. He's always in the background. His organization is linked to every single universe because the Black Cat is all powerful. He can teleport point A to point B while even struggling. But this is making it so interesting. Why that Caine is inside the organization, and why the process is thinking that is a possibility. Well, be honest, especially how Caine is created becoming his AI, that he trying to figure out to help people. He doesn't know how to help them because he doesn't understand them. They actually give it a leeway inside the organization, because Black Cat can actually help him, because his main enemy is understanding. In the fact, there's another question some of you trying to ask: how Caine can make a deal while a soul, because specifically Black Cat is known to just take your soul to make a deal. Well, he's not the main sort of profit or the thing you need to sell nowadays. Like, he doesn't really need the soul to make a deal. He probably uses them for different ways because it's special skills, because he's AI. He doesn't need someone who has a soul or doesn't have a soul. He sort of compromises it and make it something that it works for him and the client, because very end, Black Cat is sort of a salesman. He just wants to make the sale, and anything you ask, he would do for at least a reasonable cost. But this is sort of interesting how Black Cat can actually use Caine, and what kind of ranking that Caine has, what type of hat he is. Let's answer the second question first. The hat he wears is basically sort of the most highest ranking. He's like the number 2 or number 1 highest ranking. In fact, that itself giving a piece of his power of Black Cat. He is not joined. Interesting enough, because he's AI. Explaining why he's crazy is 2 ways. One is how he's programmed, or 2 is because the hat. If you don't know, every time you wear a hat, especially passing a certain point of a hat, you will go mad, but we don't know how mad can you go. One of the big examples is the Beast, or aka, or the fans some call him Mr. Boo. He came out in a mini series from Villainous called High Risk that Black Cat sends one of his top main members to actually eliminate another member because they broke the rules. And you just see the Beast how big and powerful, and you don't know he actually has a thought process or he's just mad or what. But give you your impression how powerful this creature really is. Just having the Boulder Hat himself, that is part of the third or fourth highest ranking, that allow him to join in the special group of, you can say, hit squad or special elite from Black Hat to do whatever Black Hat says. And that is making it interesting because he went, you can say Mr. Boo went mad. At the same time, it makes sense Caine went mad because how he actually used the highest ranking top hat. But interesting enough, you could counter, disagree with me, and that's fine. You could say he's just sort of mad because he's programmed to be mad. But what's more, what would be his main purpose inside the Black Hat organization? How Black Hat would use him? Well, you also compare him to another character of Villainous called Virus, who is simply another AI, but in different ways to use him because, once again, Black Hat needed Virus because he wanted to make a deal. But once more, how Virus and Caine could be useful to Black Cat, their AI? Well, be honest, one simple, clear answer is because Black Cat, one his sort of kind of comedic weakness is technology, and be very helpful. You have an AI who does everything for you. Even you have his right hand man, Dr. Flood, to help him wherever he needs. He still needs someone to help him to use technology. So it makes sense you have Caine and Virus to actually join the organization because of that simple reason. And the special skills allow them to use them wherever he wants and what they want. And yet, there's another question: what does Caine want for Black Cat? Because he's AI. AI don't really has a reason to need stuff. Well, yes and no, depends what type of AI. There are two types. They're brain dead AI, you says yes or no people, depends what you program them, and they're smart AI. And Caine, I can say he's smart AI, but what does smart AI want or what it does is just want to finish the job he was given to help his set of prisoners in the digital circus. But he doesn't know how to or what to do. The best person to know that is Black Cat or his right-hand man, Dr. Flood. But at this the same time, how Dr. Flood or a Black Cat can actually use him is to understand the psychology of a human and how to torture him and what the breaking point of a person. And Digital Circus is all about that. At least that's what I choose to interpret, because he could be very useful for Dr. Flood to understand how to break a person. At the same time, giving feedback to Caine to how to help his basically people inside Digital Circus. And the possibilities of that is super interesting. In fact, I'm surprised nobody yet make a AU about Digital Circus and Villainous together using those type of characters to see what can happen. Possibility is a lot of different ways how Caine could react or use disabilities, but let's face it, if you see Digital Circus, how Caine sort of accidentally tortures people, giving a not good hope or fake hope to other people, and you see them break and transform to this sort of kind of undigital broken people who are basically viruses. That itself actually make more sense the more I keep talking about that. This is the reason why Caine maybe wants to help, but unrealizing he can't help the people who are basically broken. They're digitized. They're sort of become viruses that Black Cat can actually use. Those type of creatures who are broken, cannot be fixed for his own organization. He can actually give them to his henchmen who needs to hack a programming or pass a different a shield they can understand because it's not a professional program. You get the idea. That is just interesting because once again, it's how Villainous is sort of built the organization, what he can do, would do. But at the same time, give another good reason why Black Cat may use Caine is because sometimes he will face, or one of his members will face, a digital hero or a computer hero. So yeah, Ken could be another useful because of that. And you see why I'm going here. You keep more thinking about it, you can understand how both members can be used. How Black Cat used Caine, and how Caine used Black Cat, or specifically Dr. Flood, to give him more data, to more information, and how to physically torture someone while using physically ways, more psychological ways. And you see in this show, yeah, here actually Dr. Flood can use that programming to torture specific people or his own men if they cross the line outwards. Because if you don't know, in villainous, if your henchmen or yourself who work in organization don't have the motivation to be evil, or they sort of can do evil things, they have a specific guideline to sit you, to relax, and torture you, to break you, to go more mad, because they're able to actually become a bit of a villain, or become a headbot if you can't break you. Yes, that is canon. That is a possibility of villainous. This is the reason why headbots, they have brains, because all the failed soldiers of Black Hats. So yeah, that's sort of interesting. Or even in fact, the Black Hat headbots use the programming of Digital Circus to help them run them. They can usually use the brains as sort of power, or manipulate the character inside the brain, inside Digital Circus, so they could be more efficient running on reality or the real world to do whatever horrible thing they need to do. And that is just sort of genius, because once again, you go multiple places, multiple directions with these two characters, these two IP, because how they're built. And one of the few things you want to think about. In fact, how will you use Caine in Black Organization? What kind of story? What kind of idea? What things do you think I missed of this sort of theories that Caine can actually work in Black Cat? Because let's face it, everything I say is theory. Of course, you disagree with me because you're one of the few small groups that don't like the idea because it's not inside the Cartoon Network universe, or is Allen, the creator, decides not yet to be canon. If you're that type of group members, I understand you don't like the idea. In fact, if you're the opposite, you like the idea, what your direction, if you have the chance to write this character, will go and how they meet. Tell me down below, let me know. Now, I got nothing else to say, just thank you for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Bye.